Hello, we meet again at Follow the Best channel. In this video just only educational purposes between Christians and Muslims. And this time Mr. Ahmad ExMuslim will give many Muslims educations the truth about Jesus Christ. Now, let's look at what Muslims said to AhmadExmuslim so we can learn the truth from them. So enjoy watching video. Please share, comment and subscribe this channel. God bless you.
Luke Skywalker.
Hello.
Yeah, hi again. What can we
Hi.
do for you?
How are you? Okay.
We're okay.
Right. The Muslim women are more religious than the Muslim
Are
men.
they?
Yeah,
Are they?
that's how I feel. That's including the women in my household.
Your feelings are not relevant, sir. We're
Yeah.
asking about, why are you addressing that? Number one, why do we care that they're more religious?
No, it's just don't you think it's like don't you think that is something to talk about? If there's so much controversial things in the hadith, and there is, I do recognize that there's stuff in the hadith that are controversial. However, yeah, however, you'd find that a lot of Muslim women will be leaving Islam on the mass, but on the contrary, we see the opposite. We see, like, for my example, if I tell you my example, in my personal situation is that when my wife found out about this stuff that was written in hadith, she was upset for a couple of days. She wasn't. She was a bit confused
Oh,
on.
the double trouble. We have now the real double trouble. Sorry, Luke. Razan, how are you, Razan?
Good morning, Mushroom. Good morning. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but it was so funny that Rita yesterday they kept calling me Christian. I was like, I'm not.
No, they thought you were me. They thought you
Yeah,
were me.
yeah, exactly. Sorry.
What's wrong with Isabel? I came up. She clearly brought me
Yes.
up. And then
Yeah, I mean, there was this Muslim guy. There was Muslim guy who was yelling and screaming. And before you came, there was a fight also between two, like one Christian. I think he's Christian or atheist. I'm not sure. And Central Dawa. So she's like, when you came up, she's like had enough. So she dropped all of us like 3 times because we were like screaming at each other. But I must say, I was alone with 5 Muslims, alone with 5 Muslims. None of them were able to answer me one straight question.
they
None,
can't.
0. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but he was your guest. He was talking about Muslim women tend to be more religious. I must say, not true. Though I've been 2 years on this app, and the women that I have spoken with, the Muslim women that I have spoken with, tend to step away from child marriage verses, for example. But Muslim men, they are for it. So the Muslim man will come up, he will tell you, define a child. What is a child? But Muslim women, they would answer you in like that. They will tell you, no, we don't accept it. Except one woman, and she is an idiot. But that's it.
Yeah. I mean, he's talking anecdotally. He's saying that his wife felt upset for a few days, and yet then later on she actually calmed down, right? Luke,
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
yeah. No, it's not only calmed down. She
So
became even more religious.
what did she find out? Could you tell me what she found out?
Yeah. So when she read about the hadith, and she actually showed that to me. She was upset, and when I asked her why are you upset, and she said
Which hadith though? Which
hadith
hadith?
about so the hadith about women being deficient in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
she
one.
felt
And
upset about it a few days, did she?
yeah, so and then about the the what absolves the prayer is the woman, the donkey, and the what was the third animal? What was
The
it?
dog.
The dog, donkey, and a woman. That's the one. Yeah, dog, donkey, and a woman. So, and a couple more, right? And then when we examined these hadiths, and obviously they were clearly, shall I say, upsetting, to say the least,
Yeah.
right? And so she was.
Did she see the Quranic verse where she is compared to al-gha'it, which is poop basically?
And
Did she? Thank
no,
you,
no,
Reza.
she didn't say that. No,
No?
no, I'm not going to dissuade
No?
you.
Oh,
I mean,
oh no.
listen, Luke, okay? The problem we have here, the crux of this issue, okay, is that I can't imagine any woman who is denigrated, is disrespected, is devalued to the point where she is now just a thing, an object, who cannot speak, who must not show her face, who must not show her hands, who must not show her feet, who must not show her ankle. No, 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 no. She must not show her hair, you know? Because now she's being objectified, you see. That's why she's being covered. She's been objectified, right? After she's been objectified, she's and covered up, right? Now she has to worry about the value of her opinion, the value of her presence, because the Quran, what it actually does is it takes away all of that. It takes away all her rights. It takes away her identity, strips her of her worth, strips her of her value. And what is she left with? Nothing. She's being compared to a donkey, a dog, and then she's also compared to poop, excrement, feces. And this is all by Allah's own admission. So if she makes you impure by just simply by brushing against you, touching your hand, or so on and so forth, me and you, I genuinely want to tell you this. It bothers me as a Saudi Arabian woman, as somebody who was born into Islam, raised in Islam. It bothers me that you, sir, don't see how this type of mentality, this type of rhetoric against your own daughter, against your own mother, against your own wife, should not be offensive to you first and foremost. Before it became
Yeah, I
before it
understand that.
actually goes to
Peter,
her, to your wife.
just hear me out a minute. Hear me out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the thing is, if we say as men, Muslim men, if we show our wives, our sisters, our mothers that there's this context for this stuff, this content within our scripture, we're gonna get more backlash from the women in our household than we do with the men. The women will just go nuts with us. Do you know that
I know, which is why they
they don't
can't,
want to
because
want
they
to.
haven't read it. They haven't read it. They don't understand it. But you guys do. You clearly do. So if that's the case, then sir, why the hell are you still in this cult of Satan? Clearly it's
We don't
valuing
see
an entire human being, an entire human being, which is basically half the population of this world, more than half, I would say, at this point. So why would anybody, much less a woman, obviously, who's read this, let alone a man who this benefits, why would anybody want to stay here?
But one
Why
thing,
would anybody want to stay in this cult of Satan? Can you tell me? What
they,
is the gain that a woman gets from Islam?
well, the women are happy and they're content and
Are they happy? They
Are
are
they
jumping out
they,
of roofs, sir. Women are feeling so bad right now, physically, mentally, that women choose to end their lives. A 16-year-old little girl in Iran jumped and ended her life because her principal could not shut up about her wearing the hijab the wrong way. She jumped. She ended her life. She can't have it anymore. And also with the women, you say, oh, the women, if you take a little child is like a sponge, okay? And you tell that child, you tell that little girl, your aura, you need to cover up your body, shame, your body is shame. And man will look at you and when till the end, when she grow up, what do you want her to be? Have you started her life by setting up these rules for her, and suddenly you want to take away, you have groomed her or her life to be in a certain way. So now we sit in this dilemma. The whole purpose of Islam, men have a lot of rights in Islam. Men have a lot of rights in Islam. Women don't. We don't have any rights in Islam. That's why you see a lot of women actually leaving too, by the way.
That's exactly what I was trying to point out when I said, show me what the rights of women are. Show me where we, the women, are valued, Luke Skywalker. Show me where we, the women, have actual rights within Islam. Don't tell me about the right of divorce and whatnot. That's your right. You have the right to divorce the woman. She doesn't have the right to divorce you. And plus that, when did divorce become a thing to celebrate? It's disgusting. Now,
Have in Saudi, do you have in Saudi, like in Egypt, Beit al-Ta'a, or don't? Do you know what that is?
explain it to me.
When a Muslim when she wants to divorce her husband, she will go in front of a qadi. Okay,
ايوه
so,
ايوه ايوه.
but
Explain
then
that as
she
well.
refused. She was like, he tells her, no, you need to go back to your husband home, and she says no.
Exactly.
So يعني يجبروها ترجع. عندكم هيك بالسعودية اسمها بيت الطاعة، بس
Yeah,
ما بعرف شو
yeah,
يسموه.
yeah. Of
So
course, the only time this has been used in Saudi Arabia, the process is called khul'a, where the court actually takes the woman and divorces her from her husband, but only after he's damaged her, after he's rearranged her face or broken her bones or something like that, to that effect, right? So it's not something automatic. It's not something that a woman can just go and get. Because guess what? The Sharia law determines that the man, the only rights the woman has upon the man is to request clothing, to request shelter and food. These are the only things that he has to give to her. Yani, this is a right, Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Is this a right?
Well, no, it's not.
I mean, you did say they have rights. I'd like to hear what they are.
Yeah, so basically,
Yeah, what
my
rights do they
understanding is the rights is that a husband has to take care of their wives, financially support her, and ensure.
No, it doesn't say financially support her. It says that you are to provide, you as a Muslim man are to provide shelter, clothing, and food. That is all that you're allowed to, that you're forced to provide to her. So it's not financial support, as in you giving her money, because in Surah An-Nisa, it actually tells you, لا تعطوا أموالكم للسفهاء, meaning the women who are foolish. So you're not allowed, Allah is saying that you're not allowed to give money to your wife and to your children. Rather, you're to keep the money, and you're the one who's supposed to spend on their clothing, their food, and their shelter. That's it.
Right.
So can you give me what rights they have according to the Quran? Because I've been removed from so many Muslim lives for asking this very same question.
Apart from that, as none what I'm aware of. Apart from that, yeah. So you provide them with with what you said, with food, clothing.
So that's all the rights that she's got?
As far as I know.
I mean, Razan, don't you find it bizarre that every single Muslim says, "Oh yeah, women have rights. Women have all the rights before Christianity, before Islam and Christianity and Judaism and paganism. They used to bury their daughters alive." And where do you get this lie from? There was no point in time where Christians and Jews and pagans ever buried their children. In fact, this practice has continued on from Islam. When Muhammad's people started to bury their daughters alive, it said in one hadith, it's not even a commonly known hadith. The only reason it's celebrated is because it gets to be used to legitimize this lie that in fact Islam gave women rights, but it didn't. So what it says is that one of the people who were Muslims at the time took their daughter and they buried her. And it wasn't the woman, it was the father who did it. So then apparently Muhammad says, don't do this is not good and whatnot, but he doesn't outright outlaw it. There's no Sharia, there's no Shara, there's no law in the Sharia that says do not bury your daughters and do not bury your wife.
Can I add something, Rita? Sorry, I want him to speak. I'm just going to say one thing.
Go ahead.
To mute.
Go ahead.
When it comes to the divorce, if a woman got divorced 3 times, let's say that woman is your daughter. That's your daughter. Her husband, for some reason, he was a bad man or whatever, he divorced her 3 times. I mean, for her to be able to go back to her family, if they have children, that another man must touch her first. He needs to have intercourse with her before she returns back to her husband. That is so degrading to women, using them as an object to punish another man. Do you understand what I mean? Like, you're using this woman to punish the husband by letting another man having sex with her.
Yeah.
That woman could be your daughter. So I don't understand how Muslim men accept this on their wives, on their daughters, on maybe on their mothers. It could be
Yeah, we
your
don't.
mother.
You're talking about halala, right?
لا لا لا
محلل when he divorced her 3 times.
Halala.
the محلل لا 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 it's called محلل, okay, and what she's describing for you
Yeah, but in
is the
South
process
Asian,
excuse me, just 1 minute, you don't understand the process of tahleel, or you know, the process of making the woman you know, permissible to you for marriage is where you as a husband have divorced your wife for the 3rd time, and now you can't touch her anymore. When you say طالق 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 for the 3rd time, okay, let's say you divorce her today, you say طالق, you divorced her, okay, you can go and bring her from her parents' house up to 6 or in fact a whole year, okay, then you bring her back, and on the same day you say طالق, and then you take her back to her parents' house. This is the 2nd time, and then after 6 months you bring her back, and then for the 3rd time you say طالق. Now you're the one who's out of control, yet this woman is now permanently divorced from you. So in order for you to get her back, you now have to find a muhallil, meaning someone who can make her permissible to you. And the way the muhallil does it is that he has to marry her, have sex with her, and for however long he determines to be fair, and then he divorces her, then she becomes halal to you for marriage. Yani this is the utterly most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire lifetime.
Yeah, but that's in the Shafi fiqh, though. That's not in the Hanafi fiqh.
No, sir, listen to me. This is not al-Kafi fiqh. Who told you this? This is Sunnah. This is hadith. This is not even about hadith. This is the Sharia law.
In all four
In
madhabs.
Sunnah Islam. In Sunni Islam.
In all 4 madhabs, you're saying?
I'm saying in all 4 madhabs. I'm saying in Sharia,
It's in Sharia.
in Sunni,
It's
in
Sharia.
Sunni and Shia. It is the Sharia law. You're saying it's only the fiqh in one madhab. It's not. It is universal to Islam.
So why don't Muslims don't practice that, though?
They do every day. They do.
They do. There is a cafe. There is in Egypt. There is a cafe shop where men sits. Their job is to do tahleel, muhallil yani. So a man divorces his wife 3 times. He goes to this cafe. He says, "Excuse me, I want somebody to do tahleel to my wife." They hire him. They pay him, and he does a
By the way,
muhallil.
Razan, the fact is that when you don't have to keep muting yourself. The fact is that you know, when the man desires to bring his wife back, they're so secretive about the muhallil. Do you know muhallil? Do you know muhallil? Can you get me a muhallil? And then he goes to the sheikh and he says, do you have a muhallil? And the sheikh is the one who brings a muhallil.
Rita, they even made a hilarious movie with Adil Imam about this, where he is زوج تحت طلب, where he, in that movie, his job is like these rich men divorce their wives, and he will be hired to do that. Yes, and he would have his, and the wives are so happy. I was like, yeah, I'm having one night stand with this man, and they like belly dance, and they're like, it's hilarious. That movie is hilarious.
It is so funny. I think I laughed for a week because of that movie, and it was me and Mushroom actually were watching it. He brought it up, and I was like, "What? What is it?" I watched it, and I never stopped laughing. And then, hey, Mushroom, you there? Mushroom,
مشروم شكله نايم. نعم.
Mushroom.
He said he's got to go work tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to close?
No, keep going. Keep going. I'm just doing a few things now.
Oh, okay, fine. So yeah, I mean, we watched the movie and it was hilarious, and it is actually portraying real life because it is such a secretive practice But the fact remains that if she were to be divorced for the third time by her husband, he cannot touch her after that. He has to bring a muhallil, and then he can have her if she wants to marry him back again. But Luke, why don't you think that this is a satanic practice?
Well, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy
I mean,
with
I
it.
can't imagine you would be. I mean, what if it's your daughter? Can you imagine somebody bringing a muhallil to your own daughter? I mean, forget about your wife. Your wife is your responsibility. But once you give your daughter away in marriage, her husband could actually use these tactics to keep divorcing her, bring her back to you, and then towards the end, he would have to bring a muhallil. Would you be happy for this to be happening in your own bloodline?
No, it wouldn't happen in my household.
No, I'm not saying it would happen. I'm saying it. Listen to me. It's a possibility. It could happen. Oh my God, my throat hurts so bad. It's a possibility that it could happen.
I won't let it happen.
You don't understand. If you gave away your daughter to her husband, she is his property. You can't complain.
Yeah, well, I won't give my daughter to
Luke, listen to me.
Who is a
Luke,
good
you
person and a
don't
bad person?
exactly. You can't pick and choose what you like and what you dislike about Islam because this is a Sharia. It's a Sharia in Sunni and Shia Islam. And if he decides that he wants to divorce her for the third time, there's nothing you can do about it. And if she says, I want to go back to my husband, she has to sleep with a completely different stranger, marry him for however long, and then he has to divorce her so that she becomes halal to another man. Sir, why are you in this religion? Why are you in this religion of khara, wuzag?
Yani, as a father or a mother, we always like take care of the children, what's their rights, what blah blah blah, all this. So I'm sure that as a father, your mindset is to choose the best husband for your daughter. But the reality of matter is, what happens if life is long, that he turns out to be bad, he treats her bad, he divorced her multiple times, then you are powerless. In this situation, it's not you who decide, it's the qadi, it's the khalifa, it's the sharia law who decides in the country that you live in. They look in the books, the sunnah, in the fiqh, in fatwa, something, and they will decide for you what is okay for your daughter to do in these situations. Happens every day. Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan, even in Egypt.
Egypt.
Yeah, sorry, wasn't I there?
Can I ask you a lady's question?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you hear the Quran playing with the beautiful recitation, right? Did it move you? Did it not move you?
No.
No,
Have you?
sir. No, we
No.
listen to it. Me and Razan, we speak Arabic. We listen
Arabic,
to it.
yeah.
We hear what it's saying.
We
We hear what
laugh.
we vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, first I vomit. To be honest, first I
Look,
vomit. Then I start to wonder. I ponder what it's saying, and then after I've pondered and pondered and tried to discover exactly what it is saying, after I found out, then I want nothing but the destruction of this cult of Satan. Why do you like it so much?
I can give him an example.
It sounds beautiful.
No, it's not. Look, I give you example.
So soothing.
I can give you an example. Look.
Yeah.
I love Eurovision. I love Eurovision. If you don't know what that is a contest for songs. Every year it's held. Now some countries come with Spanish songs, some come with Greek songs, so every country, sometimes the singer will sing in their own language. I don't understand German, I don't understand Greek, but they sing so beautifully. The melody, the sound, the song, it's all stitched to make you emotionally attached to the song. I have Italian songs on my phone. I don't know what it means, but they sound so beautiful. The sound, the music. That is how Islam, that's how Quran, tilawa, they choose the most beautiful sound person with the most beautiful song voice, and they sing it. But because Rita and I speak Arabic, we laugh. For example, if the sheikh is reading وَلَمَّا قَضَى زَيْدٌ مِنْهَا وَطَرًا, that is absolutely hilarious. Hilarious.
ولما غدا
It's hilarious. That verse is absolutely disgusting. Or tabbat ya
They're
ba- ya
basically
ba-
talking.
yeah.
Zayd, when Zayd finished doing his wife, yani, you know. And forget about that, Luke Skywalker. You know
What
where you
about
get your tilawa from?
what about when
The
it says
singing quality. Just 1 second, Mushroom. The singing quality you have it. The Coptic Christians who were the ones that Muhammad was cheating off from. Even the Nestorian churches around him, the churches of the East. Okay, they were doing that long before the Muslims came. We still do it to this day. What makes you think that it's actually original to Islam? It's not.
Right. How about the Arabian girls? So you know the Arabian people, the Saudi Arabians.
You mean me?
Yeah.
You
So
mean me?
yeah. So you're a Christian. I'm talking about the Muslim Saudi Arabian women.
You still mean me? You still mean me?
Yeah.
And then what? What about them? What about them? I'm gonna. Oh boy, we're gonna have a field day with this. Yeah.
Yes.
What about them? What
Yeah.
about them?
So I'm talking about not the Christian Arabs. I'm talking about the
I
Muslim.
get it. I get it. I was born into Islam. Remember that, okay? So what about them?
Okay. Oh, so you was a Muslim before, and then you became a Christian.
Luke Skywalker. My father is Saudi Arabian Muslim. I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia. I know Islam through and through. Can you please get to your point? What are you?
Better than me, Rita. You know, it's better
Yeah. So
than me.
what I'm
You
trying to
lived it
get at,
longer.
yeah, what I'm trying to get at is the Arabians understand like you do.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
moved. Only the Arabians are moved. If they understand, if it was that bad, if it was that
It
awful,
is that
like
bad.
you
That's why
say
there's
it,
so many leaving. In Saudi Arabia right now, we've got upwards of 35% and growing who've left Islam and accepted Christianity already. But by the way, since you bring this topic up,
I have to
okay,
cross-check those
let me
numbers. Though,
just 1 minute. Razan brought up a very good topic earlier about the music. You know, the music that is not readily understood, especially if you're not a regular
right, the
speaker of
melody.
Italian and whatnot. Okay, but my favorite singers used to be used to be Toni Braxton and Brandy. Okay, both these women sing about sex. They sing about depravity. They sing about longing, lust, and so on and so forth. I was a child. I didn't know that these songs were being sung. But anyway, I remember singing this song, right? A smoking room in a small cafe. They come to hear you play. Drink and dance the night away. And then it goes, I sit out in the crowd and close my eyes. Dream you're mine. And you don't even know that I am there. The song is basically singing about her wanting to be in the arms of a man as if she was a guitar. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Now,
Your voice is
also,
beautiful. Your voice is beautiful.
thank you.
Ashhadu
I
an
was
la
actually
Rita,
messing it
la
up.
ilaha illa Rita. I'm taking my shahada with Rita right now because she sings so beautiful.
You're so funny, Razan. I love you. So anyway, the songs that this woman was singing, okay, and then she starts singing about more sexually perverse music, okay, where she goes, I wish that I was in your arms like that Spanish guitar, and you would play me all night long through the dawn. You see, the song is beautiful. I can't fault it. I love it. It's still
Beautiful.
stuck in my. But what is he doing? He's playing her all night long. What does that mean?
Should I embarrass myself right now? Do you know that song, Kia? That Kia song?
Hey, they سوي
the
lemon
lady- no.
يعني. It's only lemon,
لا.
girls. Come on.
La, a song, it's about ladies, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Do you know that song? I
remember.
used to sing it out loud and danced to it, and I didn't know what the meaning of the words until I got
Oh
older.
my goodness.
So
Razan, can you
I
believe I
embarrassed
was
myself.
singing these songs? I was
Don't,
singing such
yeah.
depraved songs in the school. Around like I even had my own concerts. Like I was singing to
Oh my
like
God.
more than 1,000 people. More than
Cannot.
1,000 people would show up, and I would be singing these songs. And oh my God, when I
Wow.
discovered what are these songs, what English language? I mean, if
Kia.
there's worse songs that I could sing right now, but I have no desire to go there. So I'm just keeping it ambiguous right now. But this is how the Quran is, Luke Skywalker, just to tie it up for you. The Quran is not something that you're understanding, it's something that you're memorizing by force, by sheer brute force. Not because you love it, but because you're entrusted with it. You're told you must memorize this from the day you are 7 years old. That means you can read, you can write, you can understand, and you have to memorize it. So you're going through the motions of memorizing this satanic crap, and what you're left with is really. I mean,
That's
you have to do that.
That's not
You
right. That's
listen,
not right.
just
When you sang,
listen. Wait until I finish. Wait. The reason I'm saying this is not because I could bring a worse surah. The only reason I'm doing that is so that you can understand. Any person can memorize 114 surahs
Yep.
in the Quran. Anybody, but it doesn't mean that they're actually actively listening to what is being said. It doesn't mean that they're actively understanding what they themselves are saying. Do you understand? So you have a problem. The dilemma, Luke, is that while you said that it's beautiful, yes, yes. In fact, I do know some reciters of the Quran who sing it so beautifully. It does invoke
Yes.
feelings.
What's his
It
name? That
does.
singer Rita. شو اسمه هذا فيصل فاضل شاكر. فاضل شاكر. He's a huge famous Middle Eastern singer. And he got famous when he was doing tilawah for the Quran, and then
Yeah.
now he's singing about love, lust, loving a woman, and he is super famous right now because he has most beautiful voice there is.
Yeah.
He has the most beautiful. So, and if you go on my profile, I put Surah Al-Fatiha. You're gonna discover that Surah Al-Fatiha is not even Arabic. It's a dua. It's a dua. It's a prayer. It's a dua. It's from Aramaic, I think it is. And the man goes in details, verse by verse, and he compares the dua with the Quran. It's stolen. It's not Arabic.
Yeah. The point for you, Luke, is that you can memorize just about anything. You can memorize the most depraved music, okay? And you can memorize the Quran easy. That's what our brains are meant to do. They're supposed to memorize, okay? It doesn't mean that what you've memorized is good. And I implore you, Luke, I beg you, go read your Quran over and over again. Don't come here and tell us, oh, but doesn't it invoke any feelings? Yes, of course. To me, it invokes vomiting. I feel like I'm being slowly poisoned. Yeah, والله من جد يعني. I'm not even kidding. To me,
Embarrassing. The verses are embarrassing.
it's crazy. It's insane. Flo Sue.
Hey, I was just listening
Hi.
in, and hi everyone. I was looking at the comments. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat. I
You
just,
too?
yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
It's
go ahead.
probably, I do a lot of talking to Muslim women in my job, so,
Okay.
and I'm just shocked, that people just don't live in reality. Do they actually know? They can't possibly know the impact, because if they did, you couldn't stay with it. And it's so disappointing to hear, like, Luke, you and every other man should be marching and protesting in the streets. You look at the percentage of Muslim women in the West where I live, and they are way overrepresented in domestic violence. Like, yes, we have domestic violence across the board, but I'm telling you, it is beyond horrific. And you think, you know, and it's just call after call, the pain and the crying. He's at work. I have to talk quickly because he comes home at any time, and all this stuff that I hear day after day, and the women calling in tears. One's been thrown out, and they're in their underwear, and they've urinated themselves, you know, and constantly triple O and ambulances being sent. But it's like you're not in reality. It's like you think it doesn't happen, and you know, the women locked in houses where their husbands are overseas with other women, with multiple wives.
Oh yeah.
It's just like they don't.
This
They're supposed to learn English. Oh yeah, they do that for a couple of weeks, don't they? Until they're prevented from doing that. We need to wake up. Society needs to stop and wake up. This is not a religion that is peaceful or kind to women. It's you know what, and I don't know, Luke, if you live in Britain, wherever you live, the US, and if we should all be shocked at the amount of honour unalivings and the amount of times acid is thrown in women's faces. It happens in the West because they take them out of the country and punish them. Or if they speak out, they get punished back in their country. Their sisters get raped, or they get acid thrown in their face. It's the societal pressure. And you show me a woman that can take off the hijab. Just show me one. It's not an easy thing to do. Oh yeah, that does happen. There is some really liberal, you know, I've met them. But what upsets me when they say, look, you know, I went and spoke to the imam at the local mosque, and they told me to go back and the beating will stop after a couple of years. And look, I was once in a really remote part on the Nile River in Egypt, and when you started singing and you used the word smoke, Rita, I got tears in my eyes, because I remember at this place and this little girl coming out, she would have been 7, and there was blood all on her feet, and not one man, there was 40 men in that smoking those stupid kebab shings, whatever they smoke. Not one man helped her. Not one man. I was staying in a place that was high up, looking down into another apartment, and this lovely Muslim woman was there, and she was cleaning the tile floor. And to see him come home and the beating, like I wanted to jump off my balcony into that balcony and just put my hands around him, around his neck, like. And then it was because she had the curtains open. So don't tell me it doesn't happen. And every single one of the men that allow this sick, evil disease of Islam to permeate the world. I have worked with women from Afghanistan. I've sat next to them in SMEGS trafficking, in the SMEGS trafficking area. I have worked extensively. I've worked in the child protection areas. I have seen it and I know it. And you know what? Any woman that doesn't speak out on man, shame on them, absolute shame on them, because it's day after day. You know, wake up, and all these pro-Pali protests, but they don't protest about that, do they? No one protests about these poor women in Afghanistan. My friend that came from Tehran, and what she went through in Tehran. Like, it's just...
They're not going to do it.
No, but it's shocking, Rita. It needs to stop. It needs
to stop, but the only way this stops is if it dies. This cult of Satan has to die. And the ones who are supposed to, by the way, the ones who do this, who inflict this damage, are the men. And the men are the ones who are hiding these secrets. And the women are, for lack of a better word, they're not afraid. They're not just afraid. They're terrorized. And beyond that, they're also brainwashed. So, you know how Stockholm syndrome, it's
psychological apostasy, I call it as well.
So, exactly, perfect. Exactly, that's an amazing way to put it. And what happens that these women, while they're in this cult, they don't know what they're missing. So to them, it's like when they look at me, for example, I'm a free person. They can see that I cover my hair. They can see that I'm a modest person. they almost immediately think, oh, she could be Muslim, and then when they discover that I'm a Christian, and then they come to me and then they go, "Oh, look, doesn't your father do this?" I was like, no way in the world would my father lay a finger on me. No way in the world would my husband put a finger on me and survive. Like, that's just insane. Somebody has to, like, what kind of man puts his hands on a little girl, his own baby daughter, and squeezes the life out of her, beats the life out of her, punches the life out of her? But this is what happens every day in Islam. And it's all well and good when Luke Skywalker loves his wife and doesn't want to harm her and doesn't want to allow his daughter to go through it. But what about what the doctrine says? It tells you to beat them. فَاضْرَبُوهُنَّ. Allah tells you to beat your wives, to beat your children. And the hadith tells you to beat your children up if they don't start prayer, if they don't read the Quran. It tells you to beat them. And most of the boys and girls who go through this are knocked unconscious. They are damaged emotionally, psychologically, physically. They have no self-worth. They don't know what self-value, self-esteem, self-confidence is, because they're ruled with this ideology of Satan. Luke, you sound like a nice man. Why are you still a Muslim?
It certainly has to come. It comes from somewhere,
I'm gonna read somebody
and
else.
it's rooted. It stems from the Quran and Hadiths. So throw them out or change them or do something. I don't care what you do. I don't care if they want to stay Muslim. Do whatever you want, but fix up your Quran and your Hadiths. Pretend you made a mistake. I don't care what you do, and throw them out, because enough is enough. I don't want to see. 40 years I've been doing this, and it's getting a lot worse. A lot worse. It's not getting better.
Come back up, Luke. Come back up. We can't unmute you if you can't unmute yourself. I'm Cherokee. Hi.
How you doing?
We're doing good. Are you Muslim or Christian? Jew? What are you?
Hebrew.
Hebrew is not a thing. Tell me.
Hebrew roots Christian.
Are you? So you're a Christian?
Yes. But
Okay. So what's your take?
more Hebrew roots though, meaning that because there's a few different types of
Are you
Christians.
saying you're ethnically Jewish?
No, I'm not.
So then what are you saying?
Basically, what I was about to tell you is there's a few different types of Christians. There's Christians that
I see. So you're a Hebrew Israelite.
you could say that, yeah.
Okay. There's no such
But
thing as a Hebrew Israelite, but okay, fine. Let's go.
well,
Why are you a Hebrew Israelite, sir? Why?
why am I?
Yeah, why?
What kind of question is that?
Why are you? I ask the Muslims why they're Muslims, and I ask you, sir, the same question. Why are you a Hebrew?
Because I believe that Yeshua, I'm a follower of Yeshua. If you want to call me a Christian, you can call me that. But I believe that we still are to keep his Torah, his commandments, and his Shabbats. And a lot of modern professing Christians delete that away because they say, "Oh, it's
You
done."
mean the same way we have been doing for the past 2024 years in the Orthodox and the Catholic Church?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
So why are you a Hebrew Israelite why can't you be an Orthodox or a Catholic?
Because that's not the way. That's not what.
What do you mean that's not the way? Sir, where does Christianity originate from? Can you tell me?
Where does the original apostles?
Where?
The-
Geographically.
Israel.
So then, sir, I'm a Jew. I'm an ethnic Jew. I'm also Northeast African, and I'm also Saudi Arabian. Okay? I know where Christianity came from. Why are you a Hebrew Israelite when you can be an Orthodox Christian or a Catholic Christian?
Why would I want to be a Catholic Christian?
Why not?
I don't believe in a Trinity.
Uh-huh.
Why would I want to be a Catholic Christian when they change
no problem.
the days from Sunday to Saturday? I mean, from some Saturday to Sunday. Why would I do that?
Do you know why we changed it? I mean, since you say you follow Yeshua, do you know why we changed it?
Yeah, of course. They did it because they
Why?
believe that they're in vicar of Christ. They can go and change the laws. And then there was
No, no, no,
prophets.
no, 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 no. Don't make things up. Why,
That's
sir?
not making
Why?
things
Why?
up. That's scripture.
No, 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 sir. No, no,
That's
no, no,
scripture.
no, no,
That's
no, no,
scripture.
sir,
I'm not gonna
sir,
make
sir.
it up.
Nowhere in the scripture of the Bible does it
If
say
you
that
go,
we've changed the Sabbath from
if you
Saturday to
go,
Sunday.
if you go in Daniel, read Daniel, and then they'll also admit it that
No, we
they.
don't have to go. We don't have to go to Daniel. We have to go to the New Testament, sir.
Oh,
Okay, we don't do to our book what the Muslims do to theirs. We have to take
no,
everything
no, no,
into
no,
full
no.
context. Okay.
I represent the whole Bible, not just the New Testament.
No, 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 sir. No, sir. We represent the whole Bible. Anyway, the point here is Islamic. What would you like to contribute?
Well, I was gonna say when you guys was talking about regarding women in Islam. I actually date a woman in Islam. She's Moroccan, right? However,
Right.
her she has 1 foot in and 1 foot out, right?
Your
So
wife is Moroccan.
she's not my wife. We date. We've been dating for like 2 years. But the problem is she wants me.
Wow.
She wants me to convert, but she wants an American mentality. But I can't be no Muslim. you
So
know,
you're with a Muslim. So you're dating a Muslima.
you can say that. She's more like
Hey,
one
why?
1 foot out because
Okay.
I
Look,
believe I believe she
I'm
wants
not
me.
gonna unpack that for you, but here's the thing, sir. Okay.
Hmm?
You don't know what the Orthodox or the Catholic churches do. You don't know what we
Yes, I do.
believe. You
Yes,
are
I do.
assuming that you do
No,
know.
I don't. Let's break it down. Okay, I don't worship
Also,
idols.
you not
I
believing in the Holy
worship.
Trinity. Excuse me.
Right, it's
You not
part.
believing. Excuse me.
I'm
You not
being
believing.
honest. The Trinity is
Oh my God!
part. The
I'm gonna
Trinity.
mute you, sir. Stop talking over me.
Okay, you
You
go ahead.
not you not believing in the Holy Trinity makes you a heretic. You're just not a Christian.
You can
And the
call.
Hebrew Israelite thing started in the 1970s at best. It's not
That's
an
not the
old thing.
type of Hebrew I am. I'm not with that black Hebrew Israelite thing. So don't label me. That's not the type I am.
You said you were. How can I label you when you said you agreed with me if I asked you if
If
you were
you
a Hebrew
listen, I
Israelite?
can
You said
explain
yes.
to you. If you listen, I can explain to you because those black Hebrew Israelites are racist. I'm not that.
Yeah.
I'm not that. See,
Look,
you
it's
need
not
I
about.
explain to you. If you listen, learn to be a listener, and then you'll
Yeah.
hear.
The topic is Islam, sir. I'm very interested in getting to know about you. So follow me, and when I open up my live, you can go there and you can explain.
Okay, but I was actually talking about the little situation I was in. I was trying to bring that up to
Okay.
you,
Okay.
and
So if it's related to what we're talking about, please do.
it is.
Okay.
So I would bring to the attention some of the things that you guys were bringing in regarding the Quran and women to her, and she
Mhm.
knows it and sees it. And one time, like we were talking, she was like literally crying because I brought up some things and showed her, and I was questioning her about it. So what I've learned from her is that you're more indoctrinated and you're stuck because you don't want people think of you and how they're gonna look at you, and that's how she is. Like sometimes we can't go certain places because she has to hide me from her friends. They wouldn't accept the situation, and I get it because I know in Islam, a Muslim is not supposed to be dating outside a person that's not a Muslim. I get it, totally understand it. But that was just my point, kind of related what you guys was talking about, and then some of the things that a lot of women that's going through that's not happy being in Islam, but they're sort of like they don't want to shame their parents or whatever, or friends, or what the Muslim community would think of them in such a way. You follow what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's what I was just sharing it with you guys. That's all. But
Okay.
I will follow you, and we can definitely have a deep conversation about
Yeah,
the
I'd appreciate
Orthodox
that. Then I
side.
can show you the Holy Trinity in the Bible.
Oh, I already know. I've been. Let me tell you, I've been going
Sir,
back and
you
forth.
don't know everything. I mean,
I don't know
it's high
everything,
time
but
you.
I've been going through the
It's
Holy
high
Trinity.
time.
But I
It's
can
high
explain
time,
the Holy
sir,
Trinity
that
to
you
you,
allow
but
somebody else
it is
to show
hard.
you new things, sir.
No, that's not a
Things
new
you haven't
thing.
seen
That's
before.
from Darby. This guy, the Holy Trinity was created by Darby. Look it up, read it, research, do your research, self
Okay.
autonomy, search things
Sir,
out.
Sir,
Don't
I know this argument about Darby.
don't be
Okay,
spoon
I'm
fed.
talking. I'm talking. I already know the argument about Darby, and no, sir, no. This is just a brazen lie that was
No, it's
concocted
not. No,
just so
it's
that
not.
it could be. No, no, it's true because
No.
people who believe this crap want to destroy the legitimacy of the Bible, of the Holy Bible. Okay,
It's not.
and you allowing these types of rhetorics to permeate and to spread about the Bible delegitimizes the Bible. That's what you're trying to do.
Are you Catholic?
I'm an Orthodox Catholic.
Oh, well, no
You could call
wonder.
me
No,
Catholic.
okay, no
You could
wonder.
call me. You could. No, what do you mean? No wonder. We're the original Christians. Who are
No, you're
you?
not. No, you're not the original
Yes,
Christian.
we are.
No, you're
Yes, we are.
not.
Our
I,
churches. Our
I
churches.
can
You know how
definitely,
illiterate.
I can definitely
Listen, sir,
debate and
sir. Shh, shh. Laughing like a wild hyena is not going to help you because archaeologically speaking, our churches speak for themselves. Historically speaking, our Bible, our churches speak for themselves, and archaeologists support us. Historians support us. You don't have to. You don't have to agree with everything I say to you. But when it comes to how Christianity spread, where it started, by whom it was established, you don't have the same things that we do. So I suggest that you start looking into it.
You guys took out a lot of things in the Bible.
You wouldn't even no. Nobody took out anything. Sir, shut up. Stop saying stupid stuff. What are you going to do next? Go after the Ethiopians? You would have been better off going to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and found out from them how long they've been standing. Okay? 2,000 years. In fact, they were some of the earliest Christians, and they were very vicious about their Christianity. So, sir, don't come here and lord your made-up cult to me. I'm somebody who believes in the apostolic churches. Why? Because they are historically relevant. Your church is not. Okay? TikTokster, I am in control. Always. Because my control is not my own. It is of Jesus. Now, I always handle everything through him. So, I want you to go crack open a book about the authenticity of the churches. Okay, whether they're Orthodox, Catholic, I want you to go crack open a book for the first time in your life.
Whatever.
And stop trying to distort the Bible. Stop saying the same things that the Muslims are saying.
Because that's not distorting the Bible. You're wrong.
Sir, I'm trying to help you, okay? Stop trying to help the Muslims with their arguments, trying to destroy our Bible. Our Bible has been, perfectly preserved. There's nothing wrong with it. We've got all the manuscripts to prove it. Listen, you can say I'm wrong from now until hell freezes over, which, I mean, if you want to wait until that long to find out that you're wrong, be my guest. But I am not going to placate you, okay? I know my history. I know my church's history. In fact, I know every single church's history. You don't. You would have been better off going to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, and they would have helped you. They also have an Ethiopian Catholic Church. They are the earliest Christians. I don't understand what's so hard for you to understand. You've now embraced a cult of Satan, which is hell-bent on destroying the Holy Bible, and you're letting the devil win. Because ultimately, if you destroy the Bible, you've destroyed Christianity. There's nothing left. Because everyone who's everyone wants to believe that the Tanakh is destroyed, that the New Testament is destroyed, and you're arguing their case for them. And I cannot, for the life of me, understand why a man, any man such as yourself, would want to do that.
I can tell you what you guys changed in the Bible. I can give you an example in the New Testament. As a matter of fact,
what did we change?
Okay, listen. If you listen, I can tell you. So if you remember the part when there was the I think he was the eunuch that was going.
Yes. The Ethiopian eunuch.
No, not the eunuch. I'm speaking of Cornelius, the Italian, right? So there's a part from the Catholic Bible, and it tells that when God told Peter to raise, and these animals came down, and God told them to eat, right? And Peter said, "Well, we don't eat anything uncommon." or common. That is not common, which is they don't eat unclean things. So the story of that, a lot of people use this, even in a lot of Christians, they use this, say, oh, so you can eat whatever you want because God cleansed it. No, that's not what that was about. In the Bible, if you go further down, Peter breaks that scripture down and tells you that was a vision of them being racist and accept the Gentiles that were coming in. That's what that was all about. It had anything to do with dietary laws. And that
Are
is,
you done? Are you
and
done?
that is
Are you
changing
done?
Catholicism.
Are you done, sir? Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, you're not a Hebrew, you're not an Israelite. You are a black man. That means you are a Gentile. Okay?
Oh,
So
I'm a
being
spiritual
being a
Israelite.
Gentile, I need you to stop. I need you to stop. I'm part black, okay? I don't hide my ethnicity. I'm very, very proud of where I come from. I'm very proud of my people. Okay? I need you to be very, very quiet while I finish. Okay? You coming here and telling me that you, a Gentile, okay, are upholding the Tanakh when the Tanakh was only given to the Jews, okay, to the Israelites, to the true people of Israel, okay, is bizarre to me. Secondly, we the Orthodox, hey, I don't know where you think you are. Stop. We the Orthodox and the Catholics do, in fact, there are numbers, the massive numbers of us who don't eat pig meat, for example. Okay, we keep our meals kosher. Or we tend to be vegan throughout the whole year.
That's good. I'm glad you
So,
do.
so for you, excuse me, no, it's good because we know what to do. You don't. Okay? Now, if somebody wants to eat pig meat, they're a
Yeshua said,
Gentile. The
Yeshua
law,
says unclean.
I'm still talking, weirdo. Stop doing that. If you want to eat pig meat and you're a Gentile, you can do so. Because the law is not for you to uphold, it's for the people of Israel to uphold. The law is applicable only to the Jews. Gentiles are not led by law. They're under the salvation of Jesus Christ, who redeems them. Okay?
Yeshua
So
did not tell you to eat no pork, ma'am. I'm sorry. You can go ahead on with that. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying he said, I'm not saying he told me to
That's what
eat
you're
pork.
basically saying. That's
I
basically
didn't
what you're
say that.
saying.
I said you're a Gentile. You can eat pork if you want to. You're a Gentile. You're not in Israel. You're not from Israel. You're not a Jew. I don't understand this desire to follow a rule, a law that is not applicable to you. If you want to, more power to you, no problem. I don't eat pork.
Israelite, ma'am.
I don't eat. No, sir, you're not. You're not an Israelite. I am. I'm an Israelite. Okay? And I've never eaten
Do
pork.
you know what a spiritual Israelite is?
Sir. Oh, so now you want to apply being branched into Israel. I see. Okay. Well, the only way for you to do that is if you
It tells us
actually
in
believe.
Paul. It tells us in
If you,
Corinthians.
yeah. You know why? Now, guys, look at the hypocrisy. Now he wants to apply Corinthians to himself. Why? Because he knows that what the New Testament is saying is that if you're a Gentile, you can eat whatever you want. Be thankful for it, receive it in thankfulness, and that's it.
Sorry, that's BS.
Eat. Okay, yeah. You can call anything else BS, not my Bible. Heretic. Satanic person. Oh, McGraw is here. McGraw.
Hey,
Hi.
Rita,
How
I'm
are
gonna
you?
go to
Yeah.
sleep. I'll leave the live on, yeah?
Okay.
I'll close
Don't
when it
leave it on.
closes. That's alright.
Okay.
That's
All
fine.
right. Okay.
All
All
good.
right.
Alright, good
Okay.
night, guys. I'm gonna leave the Good live night. on and Have a Rita great could one. manage God it. bless, man. See you, McGraw.
Okay. Hi, McGraw.
How you doing?
How
Yeah,
are
so,
you?
when I get with these guys, the first thing I say is, are you circumcised? And they're like, whoa, why do I gotta be circumcised? I said, are you circumcised? Why? What does that have to do with me being an Israelite? Well, are you circumcised? Yes or no? Answer the question. No, I'm not circumcised, but I don't have to be because we're from Greece and blah, blah. I said, listen, Abrahamic tradition is if you're not circumcised, you're not a Jew. The end. The end. That's what you should ask. You always ask these guys this question, and then they fall off a cliff. I guarantee you he wasn't circumcised. If you're not circumcised, you don't fall under the umbrella of Abraham.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. But again, you know, if they do it with food, they'll do it with circumcision and whatnot. But again, he's not an Israelite. And then he said, do you know what a spiritual Israelite is? Oh, so now you want to apply the New Testament. Okay, fine. There's one point where he goes against the New Testament, another time when he goes for the New Testament. It's
Right,
bizarre.
it's whatever's convenient.
Yeah, exactly. That's bizarre. All right, you guys. Who's next?